The circle equation is just like the Pythagorean theorem. If it's centered at 0, 0, it's just x squared plus y squared equals the radius squared. If it's been shifted at all, it always gets shifted in the opposite direction. So let's say that it was shifted 1 over, it would be x minus 1 quantity squared. Or let's say it was shifted 2 up, it would be y minus 2 quantity squared. In this case, the circle's got a radius of 5, so we know it equals 5 squared, or 25. It's been shifted 8 to the left, so it's got to be x plus 8 quantity squared. And it's been shifted 6 up, so it's going to be y minus 6 quantity squared. And that's B. A lot of times you have to complete the square in order to put the equation in the proper form. First thing I do is rewrite it, so I've got a little space after the x's and a little space after the y's. Then if it's in this form where you just have 1x squared and 1y squared, in order to find this part, you can take half of this coefficient and square it. So half of 20 is 10, 10 squared is 100, and if we're adding 100 to one side, we've got to add it to the other side also. Then we're going to do the same thing for the y's. Half of 16 is 8, 8 squared is 64, we're going to add that to both sides. So that means it's going to equal 144, which means the radius is 12. But what they want is the center of the circle. Now the whole reason we added these numbers is to make them perfect square trinomials. This one is x plus 10 quantity squared. This one is y plus 8 quantity squared. That means the circle center is negative 10, negative 8, or B. Here's another circle equation where you need to complete the square. This time they want to know the radius. I just rewrote this equation, leaving little spaces after the x's and the y's, and moving the 24 over to the other side. To find this number, I'm going to take half of negative 4 and square it. That's positive 4. I got to add that to both sides. Then I take half of 6 and square it. That's 9. I add that to both sides. Now this is a perfect square trinomial, x minus 2 quantity squared. So is this one, y plus 3 quantity squared. This all comes out to 37. This always equals the radius squared, so that means that the radius must be root 37. Here they give you a circle equation, and they ask how much would you have to move it down in order to make it tangent to the x-axis. So the first thing we're going to do is just sketch it. You can see that it's been moved over 6, and it's been moved up 3, so that's the center. And this is always equal to the radius squared, so it's got a radius of 5. That means that it goes up to 8, and it goes down to negative 2. So I'm not really good at drawing this, but it looks something like that. And they say that you have to move it down so that it'll be tangent to the x-axis. So when you're done moving it down, it'll look something like that. Its top is at 8, so that means you're going to have to move it 8 down. If you like these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram or TikTok. And let me know if you have any special requests. I'll be making more of these for the SAT and the ACT.